Chapter 7. After he had completed these teachings in the hearing of all the people, he entered Capharnaum. There a Roman centurion slave who was highly regarded had become very sick and was near death. The Roman centurion had heard of Yeshua. Through the elders of the Jewish community, he sent a message to Yeshua, asking him to come and heal his slave. When they came to Yeshua, they implored him earnestly, saying, "This man is worthy of your help. He loves our nation and has built our synagogue." Yeshua went with them. He was not far from the house when the Roman centurion sent friends to say to him, "Lord, do not trouble yourself, because I do not deserve to have you come under my roof. I do not consider myself worthy to come to you, but speak the word, and my slave shall be healed. For I myself am a man also submitted under authority, with soldiers under me. To this one I say, go, and he goes. To another I say, come, and he comes. I may say to my slave, do this, and he does it." When Yeshua heard this, he marveled at him and turned to the crowd of people following him. He said to them, "I tell you, nowhere, not even in Israel, have I found such great faith." When those who had been sent returned to the house, they found that the slave had been healed. Soon afterwards, accompanied by his disciples and a large crowd of people, he went to a village named Naim. As he arrived at the city gate, a dead person was being carried out, the only son of his mother. She was a widow. A large crowd of people from the village was with her. When the Lord saw her, he was moved with compassion. He said, "Do not cry." He came and touched the bier. Those carrying it stood still. He said, "Young man, I tell you to arise." The dead man sat up and began to talk. Yeshua gave him to his mother. All overwhelmed everyone. They glorified God, saying, "A great prophet has arisen among us, and God has visited his people." This news about him kept spreading in all Yehuda and throughout the surrounding countryside. The disciples of Yohanan reported to him all these miracles. Yohanan called two from among his disciples and sent them to the Lord to ask him, "Are you the coming one, or should we look for another?" When they came to him, the men said to him, "Yohanan the Immerser has sent us to you in order to ask, are you the coming one, or should we look for another?" At that time Yeshua healed many with various sicknesses, diseases, and evil spirits. He gave sight to many who were blind. He answered and said unto them, "Go tell Yohanan what you see and hear. The blind receive their sight, the lame walk, the lepers are cured, and the deaf are healed. The dead are brought to life, and the poor hear the message of the good news proclaimed to them. So then blessed is the one who does not stumble because of me." After the messengers of Yohanan the Immerser had left, Yeshua began to explain to the crowds about Yohanan. "What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken by the wind? No. What did you go out to see? A man dressed in fine apparel? Look, those who parade themselves around in expensive clothes and indulge in luxury are living in the king's courts. What did you go out to see? Nothing less than a prophet. Yes, and I tell you, he is so much more than a prophet. This is the one of whom it is written, 'Look, I send my messenger ahead of you, who shall prepare your way before your coming.' I tell you that among those born of woman, there is none greater than Yohanan. But even the least person in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he." When they heard this, all the common people and the tax collectors recognized God's mercy, for they had immersed themselves by the immersion in water under Yohanan. But some of the spiritual leaders and Bible scholars had not acknowledged God's purpose for themselves, because they had not immersed themselves under him. To what then may I compare the people of this generation? What are they like? They are like children sitting in the open market, calling out to each other, saying, "We played the flute for you, but you refused to dance, and we sang a sad song to you, but you did not cry. Yohanan the Immerser came to you, neither eating bread nor drinking wine, and you said, He has a demon. The Son of Man has come to you eating and drinking, and you say, Look at the glutton and the drunk. He is a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Wisdom is proven by all her children." One of the spiritual leaders invited him to eat with him. He went to the home of the spiritual leader and reclined at the table. Consider this: a woman known in the village as living a sinful life found out that Yeshua was reclining at the table in the home of the spiritual leader. She brought an alabaster container of myrrh oil. When standing behind him at his feet, weeping, she began to wash his feet with her tears. She wiped them with the hair of her head, kissed his feet, and anointed them with myrrh oil. Now when the spiritual leader who had invited him saw it, he said to himself, "If this man were the prophet, he would have realized who is touching him and what kind of woman she is, namely that she is a sinner." Yeshua answered and said to him, "Shimon, I have something to say to you." Shimon replied, "Tell me, Rabbi." Two men owed some money to a certain moneylender. One of them owed 500 denarii and the other only 50. When they were unable to pay, he forgave them both. Now, which of the two of them will love him more? Shimon answered, "I suppose the one who had the larger debt cancelled." Yeshua said to him, "You have judged correctly." Then turning to the woman, he told Shimon, "Do you see this woman? I came into your home, yet you did not give me water to wash my feet. She has washed my feet with her tears and dried them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss. Since I entered, she has not stopped kissing my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil. She has anointed my feet with myrrh oil. Therefore I tell you, her sins, which are many, have been forgiven, for she has loved much. But the one who has been forgiven little loves little." Yeshua said to her, "Your sins are forgiven." Then those who were reclining at the table began to say among themselves, "Who is this who even forgives sins?" He said to the woman, "Your faith has saved you. Go in shalom."